I stay Millie living. I stay living like Millie. I stay Millie living. I stay living like Millie. What? I stay Millie living. I stay Millie.
Good boys, listen to the Hock Pacua podcast.
Welcome back to the Hock Pacua podcast. I'm joined here by the 2024 Pistol Pedias champion, Christopher Amendolara. Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I mean, hey, it's an honor, honestly, to be on the podcast. It's an honor to be the Pistol Pedias champion.
I know we got to get rings,
big
dude.
things.
We got to get rings to flex on the pod.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We got to do that. We still got to get the banners. You know, we got to have
Yeah.
a couple banners around. Like, hey,
Yeah, we got a lot of things that'll be
for
fun.
The, Pedias.
Yeah, we got a lot of things that'll be fun once funds go up, funds with a D.
Hey,
But
it's coming. It's coming. You know, hey,
Yeah.
we're all getting jobs. We're getting there. So
yeah,
hey,
but
soon this is gonna be the biggest fantasy league in the world. You know.
yeah, you never know. That's where it's headed with all these accounts that are spawning up. But for those who don't know, Chris is a two-time back-to-back Pistol Pedias fantasy champion, and he's also an Emmy winner. But for his work in the Olympics with NBC Sports, but that's second to being a champion hoisting the Alec, right?
Oh, I agree. I mean, hey, I keep it on, the Alex on a higher pedestal than the Emmy. It's got to be,
I love it.
it's got a ranking, It's got a
Yeah.
little ways to go before it gets up there.
Kid's got a crazy trophy cabinet. He's 24 years old. So yeah, this is episode 9. It's crazy to see how far the HPP has come. So how do you feel currently with your team at the moment? More than halfway through the regular season, which is crazy to say. What's your mindset right now, running your squad there?
Honestly, mindset, it really is just get to the end of the season with healthy players at the moment. I mean, my guys just keep dropping like flies. The injuries have been kind of crazy this year. I mean, hey, just off the top of my draft, like obviously my first round pick, Neighbors, done for the year. Lamar's missed a couple weeks. Garrett Wilson is out. There's someone else I'm missing, I believe. Trey Benson. Who could forget about Trey Benson?
A huge one. A huge one.
That's league shaking right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been taking hits from everywhere with the injuries. So as long as we can kind of down the stretch, like pick it up, get back to kind of where we expected going into the season. Maybe the Ravens will find a way to win some games. That would be much appreciated. I think that's our kind of plan down the stretch here.
Yeah, and you had Robbie this past week, who's been on an absolute tear since week 3. I mean, six in a row for him, which has been pretty unbelievable. I don't know if that's ever happened in PPFFL history. It probably has, but it's just crazy to see.
Honestly, that's a great thing to bring up. I gotta add that to the record book there. Longest
I know
win streak,
it's tough to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I didn't even think about that.
Robbie's fighting to be atop the Alec division. You're atop the Nader division. How has it felt to be number 1 in that division this entire season? To look at what's going on our side, what has that been like? What do you make of that?
I will say it's kind of like watching like a battle from afar. I'm on the other side. Everything's going on over there. Everybody's fighting. But on my side, I mean, hey, honestly, with the amount of injuries I've had, very great for my team. Very much appreciated. Not to say anything bad about the Nader division, but we don't have 4 teams over 500 over here. It's a little different. So I'm very happy about it at the moment. I know on the other side, you guys are probably a little on the opposite end, but hey, it's been a crazy season so far. Honestly, I feel like it's really been a lot of parity. Like everybody's kind of got a chance to win every week. Outside of maybe 1 or 2 out there.
Yeah, but if you just look at the standings, they don't tell the full story because Will who's last in our division, would be right behind you in the Nader division. So you've dealt with some tough blows, like you mentioned, Malik Neighbors, Garrett Wilson, Lamar was out for a stretch there. What are your thoughts on Nick and Ant kind of battling it out to kind of climb up the ladder right behind you? I mean, both of them made some pretty roster altering moves this today. So what do you make of
Yeah,
that?
no, exactly. I saw. I was actually taking a little nap here home from work, and I woke up to the notifications of that trade. I saw I had a text from Ant too, thinking like, oh, like maybe that was depending on that trade. Then after I saw that trade, I was like, holy, you know,
Yeah.
Saquon going one way. Was it Saquon and London going one way, and basically Achan going the other?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it
Which I
up.
mean,
So in total, Ant traded away um, Terry McLaurin, T.J. Hawkinson, and Ricky Pearsall to me,
oh,
um, and
yes,
then I received Aaron Jones, Jordan Mason. Oh no, he received Aaron
oh Jordan
Jones,
Mason.
Jordan Mason, T. Higgins, Josh Downs, and Mark Andrews for this week. And then we have Will trading away Devon Achan, Daniel Jones, Wandale Robinson, Ollie Gordon for Saquon Barkley, Drake London, Jordan Love, and Tank Bigsby. So uh, Nick and Ant are looking a
Yeah,
whole lot different right behind you. So it's crazy.
ex- exactly. And honestly, I've seen for Ant, it's pretty much been a new team every week. It's been almost a every week redraft here, with the
Yeah,
amount of trades going each way. But
yeah,
honestly, both ways, like I think that first trade there with Ant and you, like it's tough because T Higgins, like I as much as he did pretty much probably win me a championship last year, in that
yeah.
fantasy championship against you. Sorry to bring it up again.
No, no,
Uh,
and Sam Laporta, kind of. I think, right?
no, yeah, no, Sam Laporta, I believe it was his best week of the season. But T Higgins,
I
like,
remember.
I mean, all the talent in the world. I mean, again, you saw it last year, like with Burrow, with a healthy Burrow. That offense is, I believe, a top five offense when healthy. But obviously, their quarterback problems have been just so bad. Which I mean, you've seen it all around the league with a bunch of guys this year. I mean, not to foreshadow, but Olave may be next with Shaw becoming that
Yeah,
starter. But T. Higgins, like again, all the talent in the world, just hasn't been there this year. So I think that I understand getting rid of him there, and Terry, it's kind of the same thing over there, right? Jaden Daniels has been hurt. Mariota, obviously, not the same connection, not the same kind of arm. So that both, and also obviously Terry hasn't been healthy, but if they
yeah,
can both be healthy at the same time, like it's kind of even like a Zach Ertz, right? Like that offense we've seen it be at least fantasy viable. And obviously they have their flaws. They have the offensive line problems. There's not really much receiving, I guess, behind Debo and Debo right now because there was no Terry, but getting Terry back, having them two in the lineup, having a healthy Daniels, like I wouldn't be surprised to see a little Washington surge down the stretch, and see him have a little better end to the season than he started with.
yeah,
It's very sad to see T.J. Hawkinson leave formerly Hock Puka's podcast, though. Officially
yeah,
ending both sides of that, with Puka being gone and Hawk being gone,
yeah.
um, and formerly Tua.
And
So
Tua,
all three
all
of
of
them,
his
honestly,
name.
like yeah, I understand Ant not wanting to put any more of his players in his name. Like it seemed to keep dropping like flies.
Yeah,
And then that other trade there, the Jordan Love, Drake London, Tank Bigsby, Saquon, like that one. I mean, it's tough because Saquon obviously hasn't been, what he was last year. And same goes for the Eagles. But that, hey, that was a crazy season he had last year. A historic season. Should have beat the record. I still believe he should have played in Week 18. But you know, hey, as it was, like definitely not what he was last year. Obviously the talent's still there. It's basically still the same team mostly.
yeah,
and their schedule gets a little easier here down the stretch. So I don't hate that pickup there for Nick and Drake London. If Atlanta can kind of figure out that QB situation, like honestly, I thought Kirk was going to be better for them throwing wise.
Yeah.
Not to say anything against Penix, but just veteran. He's finally probably back fully from the Achilles. I really don't know what happened with Atlanta. Maybe it's just rust, but
Yeah.
as it is, going the other way, Daniel Jones leaving the Nick team. I'm surprised to see him part ways with his king.
Yeah.
I love Achan. Achan, another guy, championship winner for me last year. Again, all the talent in the world, just kind of team around him has been a little shaky. But
Even
hey,
with that, he's been playing like a prime Camara with all these little like PPR like cheat codes,
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like honestly, hey, like that wide receiver or the running backs that just can catch, it's such a positive. Like
So
you saw it,
huge.
hey, was it rookie year Brees Hall where before
Yeah.
the injury where they were
Yeah.
just targeting him like almost 10 times a game? It's like, I mean, you can't take anything better than that, honestly, out of a running back. But I kind of went the opposite this way with Derrick Henry. He's got hands of stone.
Yeah, but he's Derrick Henry. He's King Henry. Um,
Hey, I need him to
yeah,
become King Henry down the stretch.
but yeah, I mean, we're at a point where just about every matchup can be billed as the matchup of the week. We have Ant playing Kevin Hall. We have Alex playing Will. Robbie against Aiden here. Kevin Judge against myself. But I'd like to start off going through the matchups with your matchup against
Oh
Nick,
yeah.
which is a pretty big one. When he's only 2 games out, he's climbing up that ladder with Ant. Who do you got here?
Yep.
Where's your confidence at going into this one?
I will say, I like to be a humble guy. Total respect for Nick. He's got a very good team over there. But I am very happy he made that Saquon trade this week, considering Saquon is on bye. So, seeing Bam Knight in there instead of Saquon gives me a little more confidence in my guys. And also Brock Bowers, he's been out for a while. So, coming off injury, who kind of knows what he's going to be like in that offense. He's going to be fully, trusting himself. They're going to fully trust him. Geno Smith is going to be able to throw the ball forward. Um, and from my side, I mean, hey, DeAndre Swift honestly has been more than I could have asked for so far the last couple of weeks here. So if he
Yeah.
can keep that up, get in the end zone for what, fifth, sixth week in a row. And it's got a pretty, solid matchup there in Cincinnati. Saw their defense last week against the Jets, not too great.
One of the worst
But
ever, I think.
yeah, no, hey, as someone who took the Bengals to make the playoffs, not great. Then, the Colts the Colts have been kind of my biggest surprise. I really did
Oh
not
yeah.
expect them to be anywhere near this good. But if they can keep that up, another week with Warren, another week with Pittman, possible touchdown or two from them, that would be great for my team. And the Ravens, I very much, Lamar's obviously coming off an injury, coming off the bye. I'm hoping he's back fully healthy, full go,
Yep.
and that offense can take off running and make a little run here down the stretch. But obviously, hey, very good team on that other side. I'm also I mentioned Olave. Great seeing
Mhm.
Rattler get out of there because he was targeting Olave crazy. So hoping not as much from this rookie coming
Yeah.
in, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it changes. I mean, like you said, the return of Lamar is going to be huge for you. Second of all, you have the Trey McBride, Tyler Warren stack, which has been unreal to have as a tight
Insane.
end flex there. It's worked out even with all the injuries that you've seen. Where
Yeah,
if you still had neighbors, still have Garrett Wilson playing, you have Tyler Warren on your bench, which is crazy. So, I mean, having both of their productions got to be great. And then
yeah.
third, you just have guys who get points. That's what I wanted to mention as well. Oh, I keep getting phone calls.
You're all good. You're all good. No worries.
This is crazy.
Hey,
Busy
the
man.
journalist life, I was gonna say it's the journalist life, like
Yeah, but yeah, you just have guys who get points. I mean, their floors are all super high. Like you said, Pittman, DeAndre Swift. I don't think when you drafted him, you expected him to play like this. Same thing with Pittman, and they've been really helpful for you, even with the guys you've lost. Now, what I wanted to say about Nick was that he improved a lot, in my opinion, from the trade today with Will. However, one of the guys he received is on bye, which is what you said
Yeah.
about Saquon, and that's a huge dig at his week at running back because Achane, like we said, he's just the guy in fantasy right
Yeah.
now. If you want a guy in PPR, he's like one of the top running backs outside of like the pure elite guys like CMC and Taylor. But
Yeah.
at the current moment, his running backs are ETN and Bam Knight. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great or even good by any means. So what
Exactly.
makes up for that though is his wide receiver strength. Amon-Ra, Drake London now, and if Olave is getting 10 targets a game still, like he'll have enough to have such a floor where he'll be solid at the flex spot. And also the return of Brock Bowers. So we'll see what Brock Bowers does for him. If he continues at his 8-point average, I feel like this year it might be, or if he's back to dominating. I mean, that's not a great team to be on now in fantasy, but potentially this could come down to Bam Knight versus Trey McBride Monday night, which would be nuts.
Wow.
But
that really would
I'd
be.
put my money on you to pull this one out if it came down to it.
Appreciated. Hey, we need all the support we can get over here at Mr. Jackson's neighborhood. I thought about changing the name, but in memoriam, got to bring Leak along with us.
Yeah, but if you don't have anything else to say about this matchup, I mean, we can move on to the next one, where we have Ant versus Kevin Hall. And Ant's another team on the outside looking in for the playoffs, and Kevin's trying to crawl out of Mayo contention. So who do you got here?
Yeah, no, this is a big week for my team is DKing over there. And, like, I mean, hey, he might be in Mayo contention, but, always looking at those running backs and McCaffrey Cook, like, you could easily get, 40, 45 points out of that, And that's just a normal week for those guys. So he's going to need a big week out of them. I know the Bills got Kansas City, good defense, like, probably won't be the highest scoring game, I'd imagine. So, hope he gets a couple touchdowns on the goal line, no Josh Allen sneaks.
Yeah.
And McCaffrey's McCaffrey. I mean, his matchup this week, not to say the Giants defense has been good this year, but just with the amount of hits they've taken, hey, at one point I thought they might make a run at the playoffs, but without Scadabo, without Neighbors, Darts look great, but he can really only do so much as a rookie. So I think they won't really have that much on offense. Like, I think the ball is going to be in San Francisco possession for a lot of that game. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for 30 plus easy this week. A couple touchdowns, something like that. Debo, that Seattle defense I know has been taking hits. I know their defensive backs have been out. If they're healthy, maybe Seattle can stop them. And obviously also the Jaden Daniels situation. If he plays, that's a big thing for them. Yeah, I know you need it. DK, honestly, DK's been a lot better with Rodgers than I thought, especially after seeing Rodgers last year. I didn't think that would be as good as it's been, but the guy can throw the ball and DK can catch it. It's pretty much their connection there, and it works. Hey, if it works, it works. On the other side, Ant Trader Deuce over there. He's kind of got the opposite. Obviously, Kevin's got those running backs. Deuce has those wide receivers of just CD Jamar can easily do the same thing. You can easily get 45, 50 out of those two. With CD, I know coming back, like he's, waiting to have his game. I thought last week he might go off after, or was it last week they played Denver? What's Sertan going down? Or,
I think so.
I forgot who Denver. I think it was, right? Once, because I was going to say, once Sertan went down, I thought that was going to be the, CD blow up. And Riley Moss just kept taking the penalties in the end zone, which I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But, he against Arizona's defense isn't great. Their offense hasn't been anything to keep their defense off the field. So And with how good the Dallas offense is, CD's just waiting to have that breakout week.
For
Jamar, Chicago's not a great secondary either. Again, it just kind of it's Joe Flacco. It's like at some point the Bengals kind of got to, honestly, last week may have been the week that breaks the camel's back, but like at some point they're going to either be, done or they're going to make that run and go on a winning streak. And it's pretty much, it's getting later. Like, they got to do it sooner or later and make a run before Burrow comes back. The Brian Thomas acquisition was a little surprising. Honestly, not a bad trade both ways. I think Breece Hall is a great player, obviously. And Brian Thomas was great last year. I know a lot of it was with Mac Jones at the end of the year, but like, hey, the talent's there. It's, on Lawrence really. And, I trust Liam Cohen to have that offense at least playing well and find a way to get the guy involved. Yes, sir. Hey, UMass pride right there. UMass alum. But, if they can get him involved, like Brian Thomas, if he can get anywhere near what he was last year down the stretch, I mean, that trio of wide receivers is crazy for Ant. So,
yeah.
And his running backs, Aaron Jones has been a little shaky, obviously, but Warren's been, again, the Steelers have been a lot better than I expected. So, it honestly could be a very close game this week, both sides,
Yeah.
Like Mark Andrews starting for Ant. I mean, it's who knows what he does, but Lamar coming back could help him. I know Lamar's liked him in the past, obviously. So that one's going to be a close one. I'll give Ant, I guess, the nod there, just off of hey, he's got those 3 wide receivers. Like he's got the 3 wide receivers to the 2 running backs. And the flex is a little rough for Kevin Hunter, but he had his best week recently, so and obviously they're playing the Raiders. But yeah, I guess I'll go with Ant on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with basically all you said. I mean, I'm taking Ant here as well. One funny tidbit of my negotiations with Ant today was, hey man, Chicago, like all 3 of their corners are injured. Like you can have T. Higgins at flex with all his buys. And then that was part of the negotiations. And then he accepted the trade and then immediately traded Breece for BTJ and put BTJ in his flex. And I was like, all right, dude,
yeah.
all right, whatever. Obviously it doesn't affect me, but I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was humorous. I had to mention it.
No, that is great. I mean, hey, it's Trader Dusk over there.
Yeah, you know how he is. He's like me and Nick combined this year. So, but yeah, Kevin's team's not bad. I mean, he easily could have and probably should have won the past 2 weeks. I mean, just 2 2 weeks in a row where he needed such a reasonable amount of points from 3 guys and couldn't get them. But I mean, he'd be in a completely spot if he would have won at least one of those games, which, he's just been unlucky in that category. Debo's been fine for him. Laporte is fine. The Mike Evans injury really kills him in the short term. And that's not just because of who Evans is. It's also because of Quentin Johnston being his next guy up. Because after dropping 0, I mean, you can't trust him in your lineup, especially the week after. But the thing is, he has Travis Hunter in his flex right now, who, I mean, I would trust him even less at this point. But I don't know if he's got at the moment what it takes to kind of go up against Ant's top heavy name recognition roster. It might come down to how Aaron Jones, Mark Andrews, and even BTJ do for Ant. But I don't know.
You're not wrong.
With all that said, I mean, I'm still going to go with Ant, but you never know.
Yeah, and even with the Quentin Johnston, hey, I saw something because I think I got him in one of my other leagues that that I think was the first time, as bad as Quentin Johnston has been, and I know he's had the drops. I think that was the first time he was never targeted. And hey, you hope it's a fluke. I imagine Herbert's not totally off of him. Probably just hopefully a one-time thing there. And obviously, Herbert is Ant's quarterback there, so you could fail safe yourself there, where Herbert's going to get the points for touchdowns. If he throws it to Quentin Johnston, at least you take some of the points back there.
True.
But hey, it's a tough decision. It's tough to play someone the week after 0. Like
Yeah,
I've been there, and it's like, I don't know if I trust you.
when the guy burns you like that, I mean, it's hard, dude. But
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
yeah, moving on to the next one though. We have Alex
Next
versus
one.
Will, and this is
Yes,
Alex
sir.
versus Will is a very interesting one. So, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah,
Who do you got here?
yeah. No, I mean, hey, Will coming off of that trade as well with Saquon. He gets the slot in HN and against that Baltimore defense. I mean, Baltimore. I know they've been getting guys back. I think here and there, a little bit of their secondaries coming back, but they're obviously haven't been great. And you hope with Lamar coming back, they can keep the defense off the field a little bit. But
Yeah.
when they're on the field, it's not a great, great time for them. So I wouldn't be surprised HN there with a big game. I like the Kyron Williams matchup against New Orleans. I mean, again, New Orleans a rookie QB. I don't expect them to really dominate anything there. They might not have the ball too much. Daniel Jones is a new quarterback. That's a good look there. I mean, I know he's been looking for a quarterback a little bit. Now he's got him and Baker. Baker obviously on bye, so not a half bad bye start there.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen, I don't know how he's good, but he's
Yeah.
good. That kind of like detour he took there in Chicago, I guess. Like we'll look back on that as just like a blip on the radar, but
For sure.
he kind of looks like old Keenan Allen. Zay Flowers, another guy that I think's a little bit underrated in our league. I know a lot of people don't like him. But he gets his points. He gets his yak yards. He's not
Yeah.
a big go up and get it guy, but get it to him in space. It's tough to catch him, tough to bring him down. Marv, I really don't know what to think of Marv. I really
Yeah.
did think he would be a lot better.
He's in a tough
He
spot
gets
there.
like and Kyler, Jacoby. Like I know they've had the quarterback kind of back and forth. But hey, at least he gets the positive of it being the Dallas defense, or you can kind of give the Dallas defense a little bit of work this year. They really haven't been great. Their secondary's been a little broken. So I look for that. Kittle, obviously, he's got, again, like we talked with McCaffrey, the big matchup against the Giants. So once
Yep.
again, I wouldn't be surprised to see a big Kittle week. I know second week back off injury, I believe. So, probably
Yeah.
fully back to 100%. On the other side, Alex, Javonte, hey, I'm so mad I didn't take Javonte in any of my leagues. I love Javonte
Same
going
here.
into the year. Like, great player and like fun to watch. Like, again, doesn't stop running. Like, kind of reminds me a little bit of Scatterbo, honestly. Or I guess Scatterbo
Yeah.
reminds me of him. But, the guy just doesn't stop running and like can catch the ball.
He's a
So
beast.
he's been great. Yeah, it was like a bowling ball. Like honestly,
Yeah.
like that's
That's what it's
watching him play
like.
kind of looks like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Obviously he's got the best quarterback possibly ever in Mahomes, and he's looked a lot more fantasy viable this year. Big to have Rasheed
Sure.
Rice back.
I was wrong about that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, as it is, it's like I've been saying I thought the Chiefs were gonna fall off for the last couple of years, and somehow they've just they keep proving me wrong. Like
Keep
whatever
going.
it is over there, like
He's
hey,
got to be
I
a big
wish
part of it.
yeah, absolutely. And him and Reed, they're
Yeah.
they're the backbone of that team. Where like I don't know what it is, but I wish the Jets could get some of it. I really do. We need it.
We're so
um,
cooked, dude.
yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Hey, rip,
Yeah.
rip. Got to point it out. Shout out, former center and QB right there.
Yep.
But shout
First,
out.
rest in peace, Nick Mangold.
Yeah, for real. So sad. So sad. And then you have the Houston Texans, Woody Marks and Nico. I mean, Nico, it's weird with Nico, like, because it's also like I kind of put a little bit of it, not necessarily, I guess, on Stroud. I know their offensive line is very bad, but I mean, Nico has looked nothing like he has the last couple of years. So
No.
you hope he gets back to what he was. You hope he gets the targets. You hope Stroud figures it out. But and they obviously have the tough defense with Denver, but at least he doesn't get to see Surtain.
That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know as Surtain is, I mean, the guy is a very good corner.
Yeah.
Jackson
He's
Smith,
probably
Njigba.
number one in the league.
Yeah, it's up there. Hey, as much as I want to say Sauce,
Yeah.
it probably is Surtain, at least with the way both teams are right now. And then Seattle with Jackson Smith-Njigba. I mean, the guy has been, his track record this year especially with Darnold, and I love seeing
Yes.
Darnold do, what he's doing. But the
Yep.
guy he looks like he could be wide receiver one,
Yeah.
to be honest, by the end of the year. And against the Washington secondary, he's gonna
Yeah.
eat. Fergo, another guy coming off a 0 week, but I mean, he was number one tight end. You can't not start him.
Yeah, it's the kind of guy, especially at tight end, you got to roll with him.
Yeah, and especially with the way that offense has been,
Yeah.
You may as well. And then Stephon Diggs, it looks like he's fully healthy. He looks like
Yeah.
pre-injury Stephon Diggs, which good to see for him. Great to see for him. Hate to see it for the Patriots, but
Yeah.
got to give credit where credit's due. So another very tight matchup I think could be this week. And I know obviously Will hasn't picked up a kicker yet. Imagine kicker will be picked up.
Mhm.
And I would think it's tough. Because I mean, again, Achan I think has a big week, but honestly, Jackson Smith-Njigba could drop 50 on Washington. Their secondary is that bad.
He definitely can. And JSN is just a guy who he could be a top 5 pick in the draft next year, which isn't crazy to say. Finishes wide receiver 1, that's a lock. I mean, this one's really tough to analyze. Just Alex is on a 4-game win streak. Nico back from concussion. That's huge, just based off of how I don't know how much you watched of C.J. Stroud, but he looked phenomenal with Noel, Higgins, and Hutchinson as his receivers. If he could keep that going up with Nico, that would be huge for Alex. So his 1-2 turn aren't complete busts. But if he can continue to look like that, that would be great for him. And with that said, besides JSN, who's gonna give Alex an absurd amount of points, like you mentioned, I guess his guys all have tough matchups. I mean, Diggs against Atlanta, Nico against Surtain. Surtain's not playing, but I don't know how that'll be.
Still
Woody
great.
Denver is still tough. I mean, that could be some potential quality control for Will, who's looking for his first win in 3 weeks. But on the other side, Will's blessed with his matchups. Daniel Jones against Pittsburgh, Achan against the Ravens, Keenan Allen against the Titans. I mean, Marv against Dallas if the OC in Arizona allows them to throw to him. But does Will have some question marks even after his trade against Will? For sure. But I think now having Daniel Jones and Achan's floor, I think his team could really bounce back. So I'm gonna give a hot take here, and I'm gonna take Will with the massive upset over Alex, and to further shake things up in our really tough division. But that's what I say on this one.
I don't hate it. I mean, even Zay Flowers matchup too against Miami. I mean, I couldn't tell you a defensive back on Miami other than they have Minka, right? I think Minka went back there.
Yeah. But, and who knows how much Lamar's going to run? I know you want him to run, but you also don't want him to get hurt. But he might be throwing the ball, and Zay Flowers is fast and can catch, and he might get in the end zone too for that. So.
And they had their weeks last year. I mean, there were a lot of weeks where I get 20 plus out of both of them, and it's it's not bad.
It's not at all, but
wouldn't be surprised.
That's that. Moving on to the next one, we got Robbie against Aiden. First place, one of the first place teams against 10th place. So, who do you got here? What do you make of this one?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough seeing Genty and McNamara's only win being against Mr. Jackson's neighborhood, I will say. Not a great look for my squad. But happy to get him on the board,
you should feel good.
Season for him. Exactly. You got to give a little charity here and there. But I will say I think I got to go Robbie here. I mean, especially after seeing what Robbie's team did to me last week. He's kind of been a wagon. Jonathan Taylor is probably the best player in fantasy football at the moment. Josh Allen is Josh Allen. Even though he's got that Kansas City defense, he's got the rushing upside. His receivers might be a little on the downturn, but I don't know. He seems to do better with worse receivers. It doesn't really make sense.
And
I will say.
Chiefs Bills is always such a game to watch.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's going to be exciting. So,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see something 35-28 in overtime,
Yeah.
where you get a lot of points. So, very possible. I mean, Kamani Vidal's looked amazing, and he's got a very good matchup against the Tennessee team that
Yeah.
might take the first pick again this year from the Jets, sadly. Then Jefferson, I mean, it kind of depends on how you feel about JJ. I mean, I think they'll be fine. JJ is what he is. He's going to get the
Yeah.
ball out quick. It's going to be probably not anything that deep. But Jefferson's the type of receiver. You just get the ball to him in space, and he can, make people miss. He can go all the way. So don't hate it. Lab McConkey's looked better. And again, great matchup against Tennessee. The only thing there is, you hope they don't go up too quickly and they stop throwing the ball.
True.
Like that.
True.
That's the only thing. Kelsey, I mean, again, as we mentioned with that game before, I'm expecting exciting games. Kelsey seems to have a impact on them, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him put up another week. And I know, did he get in the end zone last week? He did, right? He didn't get the 100.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he was at 99, right? I think he had 99 on the TD.
Like my boy Jalen Waddle. He had 99.
Hey,
I was like, I can't get 100.
Legit, hey, imagine how many bets some people had 100 plus.
Yeah.
Oh, can't imagine. Rashid Shaheed, happy to see him in a lineup.
I know.
That's a great sight. Shout out Ant, shout out Rashid Shaheed. Great dude.
The lore.
Very classic in Pistol Pedias land. And then on the other side, I mean, Bo Nix, honestly, I do like the Broncos. I not to say he's gonna go out and be QB1 this week, but I think there's a very good shot that he can have a very solid week. Definitely probably not going to beat out Allen though. Genty, hey, like his only win, you got to hope Genty puts up something crazy. I think he put up 33 or 31 something against me. So that's really his path to victory. There is a big Genty game and a big Pittsburgh game. So Jonathan Taylor doesn't do anything on the other side. Rico Dowdle, that I really don't know what to make of that Carolina backfield, and I kind of love both of them. Honestly, hey, they were both championship winners for me last year. I will say, looking back at it, on different teams, but they both were on my squad.
I remember too, but I forgot you had Dowdle. That's so funny.
Yeah, no, honestly, looking at it, Aiden's actually got a lot of my dudes from last year, just adding Genty.
Not working out.
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't go the same way.
Yeah.
But, wide receiver wise, he looks good. I love Cortland Sutton. I think everybody in Pistol Pedias land knows my affinity for Cortland Sutton.
Oh, yeah.
Still hoping to get him on my team before the end of the year. I think that's really what I'm lacking. And George Pickens, is just that Dallas offense has looked amazing. So, and I really don't expect it to stop. I mean, there's a chance Pickens might be the best wide receiver too that Dak has had. I mean, you could say maybe rookie CD behind what's it called? Who's their wide receiver one? Amari Cooper.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But rookie CD and whatever year Pickens, and current CD, I think is a better thing. And then we'll see what he does there at tight end. Juwan Jennings, I mean, hey, I just dropped him. Hope all good for him. I wish him the best.
Yeah.
But I will say him coming out publicly and saying he has broken ribs. Yeah, that kind of turned me off when I was like, all right, buddy,
that's a drop.
It's about time. Yeah, it's about time to hit the road here.
Yeah.
And hey, I like seeing the Ravens there at defense and kicker. I hope a big game for the Ravens.
We'll see.
I will say I think it's going to be a Robbie week again. I think he's going to go 7 in a row here.
Yeah, I agree. Aiden's been going through it. And one guy who doesn't have this week, who's been like killing it for him, is Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith,
Yeah,
who's he's one of the wide receiver twos that gets drafted every year as like Waddle, like T Higgins.
yeah.
But this year, I mean, he's been going off. He's like wide receiver 10, I think, last time I checked. So
Better
not
than AJ
having him in the
Brown.
flex this week, that's a big blow. Having to start Juwan Jennings with the broken ribs.
Yeah,
The Carolina committee is just killing him. I don't know. I traded him Chuba. He was able to pick up Dowdle when Dowdle had his big weeks, but
yeah.
it's just
That's
not
the
great having the committee.
yeah. And honestly, like those Dowdle weeks might have been his weeks to win. Getting 30 plus,
Yeah,
200 rushing yards. Like those were
he just got
big
unlucky.
misses. It's true.
Pickens he's seen a slight dip in his like ceiling. I think because of CD. Like past 2 weeks, he's got like what 14 and 15, but when CD was out, he was getting like 30 plus.
Yeah,
So I mean, one of the best like wide receivers twos to have, but like I don't know if it's what 80 needs right now. Like he needs whatever he can get, but I don't know if he
yeah,
needs floor, he needs ceiling, what anyone would say, but he's also gonna have to pick up a tight end this week. Last time I checked, he doesn't have one. On the other
yeah.
hand,
No, he does
he doesn't.
not.
Yeah. On the other hand, you have Robbie, who's on a 6-game win streak, which is just absurd. I don't even know if that ever if that happened in league history, like we said before. Like that's just
Yeah,
something we gotta find
uh,
out. Probably has, but
yeah. I'll take a look
Jonathan
back in
Taylor,
the records.
yeah, Jonathan Taylor has been the best player in fantasy football. If you have him on your team, you're solid. Like, and he has guys around him. I mean, he has Kamani Vidal as his RB2 now. He was roughing it with Travion Henderson for most of the season. Vidal's been producing like Omarion Hampton was now the past few weeks, so that's huge
Yeah,
for him. Lad McConkey looks like he's back to being the number one for the Chargers. Justin Jefferson, like you said, he's Justin Jefferson. Like I don't honestly like I don't care like who his quarterback is when you're like that good at your position at what you play. Like I think Christian Hackenberg could throw him passes and he'd go off.
Jets legend.
That's a pull. But
For real, I honestly
um,
forgot about that man.
yeah, and then not to mention he has Josh Allen at QB who's playing the Chiefs this week. So Aiden's just I can't imagine having a season like he's having. Not just like I'm not trying to put him down. It's just his luck has been
Yeah,
horrible. It's been like
no,
Kevin Hall level. But
it's true.
I'd find it hard to believe that Aiden breaks the Robbie win streak. So I have Robbie winning his 7th in a row, which is just nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing that Robbie said last week was he gave you a compliment. I don't know if you saw it. He said that he was talking about your matchup last week and your team. He was like, Chris just knows everything about football. He's like, I feel like he knows the most out of like anyone in the league. Like
uh,
he just knows who to draft and stuff. So I had
I
to mention
appreciate
if you can see that. Yeah. But,
it. Yeah, no, I mean, I got the little insider trading, working on the fantasy football show. It's like, come on,
yeah.
I got to show out. I can't be embarrassed in the squad.
Mr. Berry,
But
should I make this trade?
exactly that. Hey, I got him on speed dial.
Yeah. Or Matty B, whatever you refer to him as now. Yeah.
Yeah, Matty B raps.
But yeah, now finally we have my matchup against Kevin Judge. This one is huge, just because Kevin, Robbie, and I are currently in a 3-way tie for number one in the Alec division, separated by like 20 to 30 points for like throughout
Yeah,
us
it's
three.
close.
It's crazy. So, who do you got in this one? I wanted to be completely
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I mean, hey, honestly, looking at like the matchups this week, I was gonna say this would be my pick for matchup of the week. I will say, like looking at it, like with
Ooh.
the stakes that are up there, yes,
Mhm.
sir. And like hey, both quarterbacks. Obviously Daniels had his injury problems, but if
Yep.
he's fully healthy, we know what he can do. Purdy, if he's gonna play, I mean, he's got the most perfect matchup against
Yeah.
this, Giants. The Giants pass rush is scary, but like, again, like I've said before, just the position that team's in, hey, it's kind of getting to that point where I think they're going to start to take their downturn. And then nothing against the Giants, like as a team, it's just the injuries. There's only so much you
Yeah.
can do to a point. And then getting to the running backs, Chase Brown coming off his best week. I mean, against the Jets defense that not great. But Chicago, not again, kind of same thing, not a great defense. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him put up points. I don't think he's going to do anything like he did last week. I kind of think it'll be more through the air for Cincinnati this week. But I hope he gets a catch there or something for Kevin. Bijan. New England's got a good defense, but Bijan's Bijan. I mean, he as much as Jonathan Taylor definitely is the best player in fantasy. I think Bijan is going to take that somewhere within the next couple of years, and he might run with it for a little bit. I mean, seeing that guy run the ball is there's really not anyone like him in the league. Like even just the way catching, speed, agility. It's a joy to watch over there.
Yeah, imagine the Falcons were actually good.
Yeah, I mean,
Not like mid.
I don't get what their problem is. Just thinking off of I don't know. I feel like they keep drafting good offensive people.
Yeah,
Right? Like Drake
always.
London's good. Like even Penix has had his moments. Like obviously he's not been anything, world breaking, but he's looked better than other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I really don't know what it is. And their defense has played well with Ulbrich.
Yeah.
Shout out to former Jet legend, but guy knows how to run a defense. He might not know how to be a head coach.
Yeah.
Definitely knows how to run a defense. So, hey, if the Falcons could get it running too, and again, they've had their weeks. They beat someone a couple weeks back. I feel like that was kind of oh shit.
Yeah.
But it's was it Green Bay? It was someone on prime time. I feel like. But whoever, honestly, I'm looking at it. Let me see. But as it is, they definitely. Oh, Buffalo. They beat Buffalo on Monday.
Yeah.
And it's not that Buffalo's defense is great, but it's you're beating a team like Buffalo, you're obviously a somewhat solid team, minus the 2023 Jets.
Yeah.
Then the next spot at running back, I mean, hey, this might be the matchup of the week. Gibbs Jacobs. I mean, Jacobs is touchdown machine. Carolina, not a crazy good defense. And Gibbs, I mean, another guy up there with Bijan that easily could be the best player in fantasy football.
For sure.
Just the catching, it's really just does he get the opportunities with Montgomery taking some. If he was the only one there, and he got all the touchdowns, I mean, he probably would be. But Minnesota, divisional matchup, could go either way. Honestly, there, the Lions, as their offense, they kind of look like the same as it did last year. So, no really reason to be down on Gibbs or Jacobs. Both of them kind of think big weeks there. Odunze versus Adams. I mean, Odunze's looked great this year with as bad as Caleb. Caleb's been up and down. Looked great to start the year, but kind of downturn here. Odunze's really looked like his wide receiver one. DJ Moore looks like a non-factor. I mean, Keenan Allen obviously got sent to the shadow realm. It pretty much is, Rome Odunze's show. Even Loveland, Kmet. If they're throwing, it's Odunze. From what I've seen, and then Devontae, it's I feel like a broken record talking about Stafford, where he gets his guys the ball,
Always.
and I hate that I didn't take Puka over Neighbors in 2020 vision, but it's looking back on it, I just didn't think Stafford was healthy enough to make it through a season. And of course, here he is, not missing a week so far, and as it is, Devontae's produced he's still a very viable receiver. Wish he was still a Jet. But hey, as it is, it is. Next one, Puka, Jalen Waddle. I mean, again, Puka's Puka. He gets his points. If he's healthy, if Stafford's healthy, You just got to hope this is a Devontae week. Like it's cool to see them kind of going up against each other,
Yeah.
but it's gonna. I feel like that honestly might make like that. That's kind of a big part of the matchup of the week for me. Is like I feel like that's gonna be very back and forth. The like Puka gets a touchdown, Devontae gets a touchdown.
Yeah,
Because
especially with
New
Puka
Orleans
coming
kind of
back from
sucks.
injury. Yeah.
Yeah, and New Orleans is bad. Like they could put up 50 on New Orleans,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't bat an eye. Um, yeah, you get to the tight ends. I mean, Tucker Kraft has been, pretty much as good as you can get from a late round tight end. Like,
Yeah.
he's been everything and more. And Hawk. I'm still waiting for Hawk to get back to what he was before the injury. Like it's
Yeah.
he just hasn't looked the same. Like, and this week maybe revenge week. Playing Detroit.
Hope so. Yeah.
Maybe this
That's
is
why I
tight end
wanted to
week
get him
there.
from Ant.
Yeah, yeah. It really, it's not a bad shot. Like, and like it's weird because I think fantasy's taken a big turn over the last couple of years. Where I feel like a couple of years ago it was really, really barren at the tight end position. Like, I can remember that year. I forget what year it was, but the year that Kelsey was like light years better than every tight
Yeah.
end.
It was just
And I think
him. Yeah.
yeah, legitimately, and I think I took him in like the second or third round that year, and like he legitimately said, like I had an ass team. My team was terrible, and I'm pretty sure he single-handedly saved my team probably being in the Mayo Bowl because he was just that good. Um, but like now it's like I don't know, like I feel like it's hey, I love having two of the top four tight ends or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Um, but like as it is, it's like there's a lot of value around in tight ends. Even if you're streaming tight ends week to week, like I feel like you can find like you're gonna make the wrong decision here and there. It's fantasy football, but like
I always do.
um, hey,
Dude,
it's good
whenever I pick
shots.
up a
It's good
tight
shots.
end, he gets like, whenever I pick up a waiver wire tight end, like everyone else who I could have picked up goes off, and the guy I picked up has like max 4 points, and I'm like, dude, like, what?
No,
That's why I'm
legit.
like, you know what? I'll throw a dart on Hawkinson just because I hate the tight end
Yeah.
carousel on waivers. I always make the wrong move. It's crazy.
No, it's true. Who'd you have last week? Dalton Schultz, right? I think.
Dalton Schultz gave me like 4 the
Yep.
week
Yep.
before. It wasn't the week before, but I had Zach Ertz drop 0.
Oh,
Like I was like, dude,
yeah.
like this has got to
That's
stop.
uh.
Oh no,
Yeah.
the
No,
week
I did.
before last was Harold Fannin. Like he was like all
Oh.
right, but it was like in between his double digit games, and I'm like, dude, like what? It's whatever.
You got to hit up Genting Kamara and get David Njoku on a bench.
Yeah,
He's
I
got to make
traded
a
him to
return.
him, so I might have to get him back. But
Yeah, hey, he's a
yeah,
magic piece.
yeah,
Cause like tight ends, it's tough. It's tough. Like honestly, in my work league, I think I did the exact same thing. And I want to say I dropped, like I picked up a couple tight ends and dropped them because I was like, kind of up in the air. Same thing. I believe the guy I did drop for Dalton Schultz was Aronde Gadsden.
that's crazy
Yeah,
being early on him. That's nuts.
yeah. But hey, you live and you learn.
Exactly, exactly.
And then you get to your flex spots. I mean, hey, Tracy, a big waiver wire pickup for you. Like you hope he can be anything like Scatabo was. I
Hope
mean,
so.
like as much as like Scatabo obviously like would not stop running. Like love to see that. I feel like there were a lot of times where he really just had open holes.
Yeah, yeah. The O
And it's
line has
like,
been actually like decent
yeah,
since Dart has become the quarterback. It's weird.
yeah, they just didn't like Russell Wilson. I don't blame
Yeah,
them. But
yeah,
it's like one of those things where hey, some of those holes, it's like I could have scored a touchdown. So like if they could do that, like Tracy should be fine, startable. Like
I hope
you just
so.
hope
Yeah,
Rasheed Rice isn't nuts. Like he like
he's going to
it's
be,
tough.
dude.
Yeah, like because again, it's like that game I kind of expect to be a little exciting, and like that Bills defense is tough. Like they're
I
bad.
know.
Like
Yeah,
so like
I'm not
I
looking
wouldn't be
forward to this
surprised.
matchup. I'm not
Yeah,
looking
honestly,
forward to this.
this might be the Rasheed Rice 2 TD week. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to predict it, but it's possible.
No, I mean, I have to admit, I was a little pissed off after the Ant Kevin trade couple weeks ago because I had to play Ant that week, which I won, which I didn't think I was going to win.
Yeah.
GG Ant, GG. And then I was like, I knew I had to play Kevin 2 weeks later, and I was like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
And I knew he'd have Puka back, which he has him back now. He has Gibbs. So I missed the Gibbs bye and I missed the Puka injury. It's whatever. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I just had to preface that because I think Kevin has a good chance to smack me around a bit.
Yeah.
With that said, though, I was more scared of Kevin 2 weeks ago when he had Scatterboo, which is out of his control.
Yeah.
Odunze was a little more consistent back then. Now it's like he has been having some down weeks, which I hope for.
Yeah.
And Chase Brown's been pretty good. Hopefully that dies down just for this week. But
Yeah.
Rashee Rice is just so right now, like he's so worth that late 6th round pick where I think he could really do damage the rest of the season. And I don't know, I'm not overly confident in this one. I know I'm going against a juggernaut in the league this year, so I do think I have a shot, but it won't be easy. And I'll take Kevin especially if he has Puka back 100%.
Yeah.
If Puka's getting force fed.
I do agree. I was going to take Kevin as well. Honestly, I was kind of surprised.
Dude, what?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. No, I was surprised.
I'm ending this now.
This is over. This isn't getting posted. But I was honestly surprised I beat him 2 weeks ago when he had Scatterboo, like the full team. I think he was missing Puka. But
the whole league was rooting for you.
Yeah. Had to do it for the Nader division, you know.
Well, the whole Nader division was rooting for you. I mean, besides
exactly, had to get him going, you know. Had to
Alex
him back for the boys.
Hey, it's late. I'm tired.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah, no, I was a little surprised I came out on top. But heck, as it is, like I think it's going to be a great matchup. Like I think could be very back and forth. Like. I'm not envious of your position, I will say.
Yeah, no. Moving on to not being envious of people's positions is Mayo Watch.
Yes, sir.
Who's on your Mayo Watch list?
So, I mean, obviously at the top, I'm very sorry, Aiden, but it has to be Genting McNamara just from current record standings. It's like it's tough to come back from a 1-7. As you get later in the season, it's really obviously you're looking for like there's a certain kind of win number where it's the cutoff of like playoffs, not playoffs, and just the more weeks you go without keeping up, it's a very tough to get back, especially when everybody's obviously playing each other too. So probably number one, it's got to be Genting and McNamara, unfortunately. And then number two, it's tough. Like it's kind of it's tough because it's kind of like I'm kind of between two. I'm kind of a little between Kevin Hall and Will, unfortunately. I will say, I honestly think that trade kind of hurt Will more. Like, I with the position he was in, and I don't want to backseat GM,
Yeah.
But I will say, just HN, as great as he is, it's not like it's a great team. As they continue losing, assuming, it just gets more to a choice that and HN's been very injury prone, that if anything comes up, I wouldn't be surprised if they shut him down for the season, at some point. Not now, but as it
down
gets
the line where it
later
matters for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, say something comes up, knock on wood, hopefully not, but he, pulls a hamstring or something or a sprain somewhere, and he's going to be out for a couple weeks. What's the point of bringing him back week 16 when they're out of it? So that's the only thing there where it's Saquon, I kind of do like his schedule down the stretch. I don't, I forget exactly off the top of my head, but I feel like the Eagles aren't terrible down the stretch against the defenses they face.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think you're right,
again,
yeah.
and as it is, it's the Eagles. Like they're,
Yeah.
not an Eagles glazer, but like you got to give credit where credit's due. They're a good team. They've obviously had their problems so far this year, but like, hey, they'll figure it out. Like as it is, I know Hurts and AJ Brown are buddies. Like as much as friction as they're saying it is, I really don't think it's much there. Like I'm pretty sure, isn't it like a new offensive coordinator too for them this year? I want to say something like that, or it might have been last year.
I think so, yeah.
But whatever it is, it's like it kind of just seems like it's a team learning a new system, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like which like hey, they're probably hoping they're ready for by the time it hits playoffs, which I wouldn't be surprised if they are. So like I think the Saquon upside is there. Drake London, like again, like we've said against the Falcons, they're just such an anomaly. I really don't know what to make of the Falcons, but like, the upside's there with him too. It's like, he's a guy that could be, I think he went top 2 rounds, top 3 rounds, like could easily be a top 10 receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Like again, the size, the speed, like it seemed like he had a connection with Penix at the start of last year or at the end of last year. So it's like, I honestly, I don't think there's a bad quarterback there either for him. Like if it's Penix or Kirk, like I think they're both fine. There's also obviously the Darnell Mooney stat that whenever Darnell Mooney doesn't play, he's God. So
yeah,
I think that honestly hurt Will to where I honestly might pick Will to be second in Mayo Watch with Kevin Hall in third. But it's kind of close between the two of them there. Because like it's just with Kevin Hall on the other end, it's like I just think those two running backs, like as much as it's been, kind of a rough spot there at wide receiver, it's like those running backs are just, you can't really not see them. James Cook is easily probably a top 5 running back, and McCaffrey might be one, at least fantasy-wise. Well, actually not this year with Jonathan Taylor, but, in most years McCaffrey is one, and he's still every week can put up 25 easy.
Yeah.
So I think that just in itself, like, the pieces around him. Metcalf's had a good year. Like Debo's going to probably have his weeks. Laporta's going to have a week probably at some point at least.
Yeah.
And like QJ's been good. Like, and obviously again, it's been a lot of bad luck for him. So like, I think at some point he finds his way out of that bottom, but I think they're going to be fighting for that spot over there at, to face Aiden in the Mayo Bowl, I will say.
Honestly, Matt, those were my picks as well. And I know I'm projecting Will to have an upset over Alex, but the odds are not in his favor to win this week. I know that. Alex might win. He might not. You don't know what'll happen. But regardless of that, Kevin Hall should be second in the Nader division. Like, those past 2 weeks, if they went on any way different on Monday night, he would have 4 wins and he'd be right behind you. Instead, he's 2-6 and struggling and just in such a rough bit of luck here. But I mean, I don't want to reiterate exactly what you said, but I agree with you with Will's team. I don't know how the trade will bode for him the rest of the season. Kevin Hall, though, like, the CMC James Cook duo is awesome. It's so nice to have 2 solid running backs. The next sequence we have is the Hock Pacua parlay. So that's it's brought to you by Cliff Bar.
Yes, sir. Sponsored. Hell yeah.
So I pick a leg, you pick a leg, I pick a leg, you pick a leg, and we'll see if it hits. Last week we were 1 pick away, I'm pretty sure. I think 3 hit and 1 didn't. Sad to see. So I'm going to start it off. I'm going to say Tyrone Tracy anytime touchdown. I'm confident he's going to get in there.
Hey, I like it. I
pick.
mean, coming back to the starting lineup, he probably feels like, I know he probably is supporting Scatterbo, but he was probably like, oh shit, like, a rookie took my job, like, I got to show I'm back, you know. So I wouldn't be surprised. And like Niners defense hasn't been, insane. Robert Saleh defense, Yeah,
they're
and
all
like
hurt.
we've seen a Robert Saleh defense. Like we know it can have its problems. So,
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. Good start. Good start.
Yeah.
So with our second leg, I'm actually gonna go with something plus money here. I like Broncos money line. And like even with Surtain out, and Nico possibly being back, like just that defense itself, obviously with Surtain, it's possibly number one in the league. But just the defensive line gets so many sacks, like, and that Houston offensive line is so bad. We know that's a big part of why CJ Sprout has been, worse. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of have a field day there and just get to Stroud, don't really let him have time. I imagine same thing, no really running game there for the Woodster.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna throw Broncos money line in there.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's some good insight there. And I'm gonna round my picks out with Bam Knight anytime touchdown, the former Jet. I think he'll get in, and I think he'll help Nick out a lot there.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. I see you there. I mean, hey, honestly, Bam Knight, like he was that preseason with the Jets. Like I really thought he was gonna be a actual part of our team. But I hope to see him do well. Him and Michael Carter, and I saw he got added back to the practice squad over there. So, let's go Jets running backs. Keep it going. And with our last leg here, I'm actually gonna throw a little spot from your team. I'm gonna throw a Josh Jacobs TD in there. The dude just finds his way into the end zone. Like, and like Carolina's defense, like it's okay. In the middle, obviously they got Derek Brown, but he really hasn't, I don't think, been kind of what he was. I don't really know what's going on with him, but I mean, in past years he was a top DT in the league, and I don't know, hasn't been as much. So I think you could see a little Jacobs TD coming your way some point this weekend.
I like that. I hope you didn't jinx it and you just spurred a Emmanuel Wilson 3 touchdown game.
Imagine. Hey, I mean, dude, that would be absolutely backbreaking.
But yeah, that's it. That's your Hock Pacua parlay, brought to you by Cliff Bar this week. If you or a loved one has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or contact the league, and we'll get you in touch with Kevin Hall. So that basically that does it. One thing I asked at the end is, Chris, if you have any narratives that you wanted to comment on or bring up, or any shit talk to the league or to your opponent this week, you have the floor.
I mean, hey, I got nothing crazy to say from my side. I'm just happy to be in another Pistol Pedias Fantasy Football season. I mean, hey, it's been a crazy season so far. I mean, I feel like it's kind of been back and forth to where there's a lot of people who at some points will be like, oh shit, I'm done, and then a couple weeks later right back in it. So it's it's up and down, like exactly how kind of want to see it. Honestly, couldn't have asked for more. So hope for a good rest of the season for everybody else.
Chris, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
I have a best of luck. Best of luck on the rest of the season.
Well, hey, hope to see you. Hope to see you on the other side of that championship at the end of the season as well. Gotta have a little rematch from last year, a little bit,
Freaky Sonic. All right, man.
Alrighty. Hey, great.
Living a joke on the bitch. Living a joke on the bitch. Living a joke on the bitch. Living a what? Yeah. I go no David and joke on the bitch. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna let little stitch. Yeah. That could possible bitch. Like what's the sitch? I'm living like million little bitch. I can get